Jeff, that's my wife Heather, and our boat Destiny. After years of planning, we retired from our jobs, sold everything, and moved aboard our boat to explore this world and the people living in it. We're just getting started, and we invite you to join us as we travel by sea to distant lands where we'll experience new cultures, food, and sea life. Come aboard and let's go for a sail.
So it's lunchtime and we found this nice secluded little cove. Just pulled the dinghy right up on the beach, and we are going to sit under that tree and have a picnic, and then maybe snorkel the rocks a little more and try to get a fish for dinner. A beautiful day in paradise. Trying to spear some snapper on the rocks under these caves. Some of the locals that lead the tours for the cruise ships came over in their jet skis and warned us that this was Shark Alley and there was a shark just offshore. So we went to plan B, fishing. So far, no luck.
That fart's not going to get in there.
We just started.
Dinner, honey.
Yum, yum. We're gonna eat that? Really? And here is our conch fritters in the making.
Before leaving Great Harbour Key, Heather and I hopped on our bikes for a little sightseeing and grocery shopping.
The Berry Islands are composed of about 30 keys, with a majority of them uninhabited. Great Harbour Key is the most populated island in the northern part of the chain. Back in the 60s, developers were trying to make this an exclusive island of the rich and famous. Although there were many celebrities who vacationed here, the infrastructure was never developed to support this vision. In the late 70s, drug trafficking became prevalent, and the ruins of a couple drug compounds still sit along the western coast. The remains of a DC-3 that crashed in the early 80s makes for a good snorkeling site. It was carrying a load of marijuana. Today, Bullock Harbor is the main village. There's a population of around 350 people. Before leaving town, we hit the grocery store to stock up on a few basics, as it would be at least a week or two before we came upon another populated island. To call it a grocery store is a stretch. While there were ample dry goods, the produce and meats were definitely sparse. Apparently, the mail and supply ship comes in on a Wednesday, so that's the best time to shop. I feel a little guilty about the overabundance of goods that are available in the States and how I took it for granted. Even though this is one of the poor islands, the locals were very friendly and always offered us a wave.
We're still trying to figure out how to navigate the fronts that blow through the Bahamas. The winds aren't consistent. A front may start with a strong south wind, then turn westerly and then northerly. It's hard to find protection from a multi-directional wind in the Bahamas. Most of the islands are small, and there are no inland harbors other than the Great Harbour Key. After leaving Great Harbour Key, we headed north and went around Great Stirrup Key, where the cruise ships have their private islands. We made our way around to the eastern side of the Keys and tucked in behind Ambergris Key.
So we just dropped the anchor after about a 6-hour run from the marina. We are at Ambergris Key, just kind of a deserted spit of land. Gonna hang out here. We got a strong west wind coming tomorrow, so this will be a perfect place to ride it out, and it looks like a really beautiful area, so we're probably gonna get in the dinghy and go explore a little bit. We would go snorkel and try to get some fish, but it's chilly. Cold front moved in yesterday, and we are in the low 70s, but with a cool breeze blowing. So we came over here to take some video with the drone. First time flying the drone. Got here, got it set up, got it in the air, and we forgot to put the chip in it. So the chip's still in the boat. Jeff's going back to the boat to get the chip. And we'll try again, because the conditions should be perfect for flying it. So we got up early this morning to leave Ambergris Key, moving on to our next destination. Right now we're headed for Little Whale Key. Not that there's whales there, but that will be our last stopping point before we head down to New Providence Island. And that is the major island in the Bahamas where Nassau and Paradise Island are located. So we don't want to go into the heart of Nassau. It's just too hectic, too busy, a bunch of mega yachts, a bunch of cruise ships. So we're going to go to the west end. It's called West Bay, but it provides good protection from wind in 3 directions, and we've got some fronts coming down later this week that are going to be really strong. So once we drop anchor tonight, we'll relook at the weather and decide what day we're going to leave.
So we decided to sail to Fraser's Hog Key instead of Little Whale Key for our last stop before crossing to New Providence Island. While we were there, we took the opportunity to explore another beautiful cove. was time to get back to Destiny and prepare for tomorrow's long passage to New Providence Island.